guys, good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this. I just wanted to check in with you guys, say hi, and tell you how much I very much miss meeting together. And then to also tell you that I realized there was a few things that I usually teach spring quarter that you're probably going to want to know before you try to move up to advanced band next year, or just even to further your studies for the rest of the book this year. And so I'm going to try to put out a couple of videos to help address some of those areas. The first major one is the teaching of minor scales. I know we've kind of skipped over that, and I've concentrated on major scales. And there's a very good reason for that, but it's time to help you move past that. So I'm going to break it down in several parts because it's easier to load the videos that way on our slow Wi-Fi at our house. So hopefully it'll work for you. Feel free to message me with any questions or email me or whatever. I will help you with the best I can. And this isn't the most ideal way to teach this, but it's all I got for now. So we're going to dive into this. This is my other classroom. This is where I teach Sunday school on Sundays. So I've got a whole bunch of, it's ridiculous, rubber bands all over everything, trying to keep my phone in place. So hopefully it doesn't fall off in the middle of it, and we can get through this. Hope you guys are doing great. So let's dive into minor scales. The first thing you need to realize about minor scales is they are a relative of major scales. Okay? And that is why we spend so much time really making sure we understand our major scales first, because there's no point in just being confused and throwing you more information than you're ready to grab onto. So when the people that live in my home go out together, we have myself, we have Mr. Laulainen or Jason, we have our two kids, James Laulainen, Erica Laulainen, and people know that we are related, one, because we're the same kind of odd, and two, because of our last name, right? So we all have this very strange last name, Laulainen, and so when we introduce each other, they go, oh, they're related because of that name. So with scales, you can think of the relationship or how you know that they're related by their key signature. So the key signature is like the last name in our family, okay? So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an analogy to kind of figure out. So we're going to very quickly review major scales and their key signatures and then move on. So here's our major scale. Hopefully you know this part already. You'll know the whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That's how you build any major scale. So we're going to start with F major. And so think along with me. Make sure you're answering just like you would in class, or wait for somebody else to answer. Try it yourself. So F major. I'm going to come over here because I'm left-handed and it just doesn't work, right? So F major equals, what is the key signature for F major? If you said 1 flat, B flat, you are correct, okay? Let's change colors, make it a little bit easier for you to see. Let's build that major scale. F, now we need a whole step. G, another whole step. A, now we need a half, so that's a B flat, whole step, C, D, E, and a half step to finish, brings us back to F, okay? If we number those scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can see that the only flat in this would be B flat, right? There. We are going to really concentrate on this 6th scale degree because the 6th one is going to tell us how the minor scales are related, okay? So if you take any major scale, look at their 6th scale degree, that's where you start to build the relative minor of that key or that scale. Okay? So which one do you grab? The sixth. Okay, let's do one more example. Let's build a major scale starting on C. What is the key signature in C? Nothing, right? No sharps or flats. This is the one we all like. So we go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and that's not even starting to be straight, but oh well, right? Number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The sixth scale degree is A. Okay? So the relative minor of F is D. The relative minor of C is A. Okay? You shouldn't be confused yet. If you don't know why we care about the sixth yet, just hang in there. You'll figure it out. I'm going to move this over because I need this chalkboard that's behind it. Chalkboard. You can tell I'm old, right? All right. So let's build a scale on this F1. So we know that we are going to have a B flat, because that's what the key signature says. Okay? And we want to start on D. Okay, so let's just use this key signature, but start on D. We have a D, E, F, G, A, B flat, because of this, C, D. Okay, I've used every letter of the alphabet, and I've used that key signature. Okay, let's number these scale degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is called the natural minor. I'm going to just put it up here. It's called the natural because it follows exactly that key signature. We don't monkey with it. We're not changing anything. We're not making anything different. We're just taking that key signature from F major, using the sixth scale degree, and boom, we have a scale. Okay? Minor scales don't end there. There's two more forms. If we take this scale and we raise this seventh 1 degree, so we have D, E, F, G, A, E flat, C sharp, and D. You say, we can't have flats and sharps in the same key. You can in minor. In fact, that's a really good indication. If you look a piece of music over and you see lots of accidentals, think minor right away, because that's usually an indication of that. Okay, so back to this. We have our scale degrees here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We raise the seventh, leave the sixth in the key. This is now called the harmonic. Minor. Okay? The harmonic minor raises the seventh degree. It sounds really cool. It's my favorite of all the minors. I'll play them in a second. Okay? So we have natural, follows the key, raises seventh, that's harmonic. Okay? There's one more we're going to talk about, and it is a little more complicated just because it has two forms based on whether you're going up or coming down, just in case it wasn't confusing enough. So on the way up, we're going to raise both the sixth and the seventh by 1/2 step. So here we go. D, E, F, D natural. You need to put the natural because of the key signature that's probably there. Keep this raised seventh. You don't raise it again. C sharp, D. That's on the way up. Okay? Raise sixth and a raised seventh. On the way down, you're going to flat both of those. So D, C, natural, B, flat, A, G, F, E, D. Okay, let's label them again so we don't get confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1. Okay, then seventh is lowered. Sixth is lowered from this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? What do you notice about this? Besides it's twice as long, right? This half of it looks just like the natural scale, right? We have the 1 B flat in the same thing. That's all there is, okay? The going up part is different, right? Because we have both of these are raised. This is called the melodic, whoops, be consistent, Lisa. Melodic minor. All right, natural follows the key signature, harmonic raises the seventh, melodic gets all fancy and raises the sixth and the seventh on the way up, and lowers both the sixth and the seventh back down on the way back down. There are reasons why we use each one. I'm not going to get into those right now. For now, you just need to know that there are 3 forms. How do we figure out what notes to use? We have to know what the relative major is and use those. And then you just have to be able to construct them at this point. You don't have to know why we use them. Okay? I think that these scales sound kind of cool. So here's the F major scale. Hopefully it'll sound like a major scale to you. Okay, there's your F major. Here's D natural minor. And the harmonic minor is my favorite. I call it the snake charmer one. The play between these 2 notes is just really cool sounding, I think. Here's melodic on the way up and on the way down. See if you can hear the difference. Okay, pop quiz. I'm going to play one of them and you tell me which one I played. Okay? Hopefully you'll grab the harmonic minor of that one because it's pretty identifiable, right? It's about as weird as you can get, right? In just a normal minor scale. So, figure out your major scales. Look at the key signature. That's how they're related. Take that key signature, start on the 6th scale degree of the major scale. That's the D for this one. Go ahead and plug those notes in. Get the major key signature in there. That's your natural. Start monkeying with it. Take the 7th and raise it up a half step. Boom, harmonic. Really get fancy. Do melodic by raising 6th and 7th on the way up and lowering them on the way down. You got it made. Okay, let's try one more. I have trouble erasing this board, so bear with me here if it doesn't quite do it. I'm just going to erase what's necessary. Old dry erase boards, right? They just don't, it takes a lot of effort. And I'll try black to see if that'll show up better for you. Okay, so let's take the C scale. So C major, the key signature is 0, anything, right? The 6th scale degree of C major is A. So we're going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. We've used all 7 note letters, right? We have the key signature matching C major. We're starting on the 6th scale degree. Boom, that's the natural minor. You're done. Okay? Harmonic minor, we're going to raise the 7th 1 scale degree. So we take this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A. You got it. Okay, let's get fancy with melodic. A, B, C, D, E. Careful here. F sharp, G sharp, A, G natural, F natural, E, D, C, D, A. Boom, shakalaka, you're done. All right? If you are still really confused, pick a major scale that you know really well, that you like the key signature, that you really understand, and do a couple of them. So take the key signature, figure out what the 6th scale degree is, and away you go. Follow the steps I outlined in that PDF that I gave you, and you will get it. It's not rocket science. It's just you have to work through the steps. Okay? Remember that the key signature is what makes them related, just like our last name is what makes our family related, right? Or in one way. That's just the part 1 of these major or minor scales. Next video is going to talk about how to transpose for your instrument then and make sure that we get that done. For the audition for advanced band, you need to know 3 minor scales, and I believe they're A, D, and G minor are the 3 that she requires for the audition. So those might be ones that would be good to figure out. Hey, we've already done A minor. Got it. And we actually did D minor. So then if you're a transposing instrument, all you have to do to be ready for those 2 keys is to figure out what that is for your instrument. Okay, so that would be the ones we did up here are in concert pitch. Okay, until next time, stay safe. Love you guys.